Welcome back to my channel. This is 365 days of writing a short story every day until I become a better storyteller, artist, and writer. Okay, it is day um, 42, day 42 already. And I got the revision for Stitching the West. And I never done this, but I'm about to change the name. I like this name better. Full Gaze and the Double-Edged Pistol. But this is a revision. It's more structured. It flow better. Has better direction. It's more polished. So, without further ado, a rhythm of thumps crossed the front door. Abby walked over, steady and calm. "Who is it?" she called. "The fastest hands in the West," came the answer. Her brows lifted at the familiar voice. She cracked the door open. A man stood in a frame, his face shadowed beneath a wide brown hat. He lifted his head. A tired smile broke through the dust on his face. Her husband, John Bass. His clothes were in disarray. Burgundy stains ran across his shirt. "Well, can't I come in?" he expelled. John glanced past her into the house. "I don't know. Can you?" she expressed, folding her arms. He dragged himself through the doorway, gripping the frame for balance. Pain shot through his arms and legs with every step. The room began to sway. The floor warped and blurred. John's knees gave out. He struck the boards face first. Hours later, murky water sloshed inside a galvanized tin tub. The water turned black from the trail dust and dried blood. Abby's face hovered over above him. "Lucky your brother came back," she said. "Otherwise, you'd still be out there rotting like a wounded dog." John's head rolled to the side. "Well, I'll have to re-sew that shirt. I'll start it. I'll start a bath at. I'll start a bath at dawn. You'll just ruin it again anyway. Don't know why I bother." The water sloshed as she scrubbed the rag. John stayed quiet because he knew this part by heart. "Thank you," he said. "I love you." The words hung in the steam. Abby froze. Her grip tightened around the cloth. She stared at him, eyes glassy. Then she slammed the rag into the tub and stormed out. The door frame rattled behind her. 4 days later, she's hard at work, sitting by the window where the last of the afternoon light spilled across the wooden floor like melted butter. Her chair creaked softly each time she leaned forward. The rhythm of her work, older than memory, needle in, thread out, pull, smooth, repeat. A faint smell of starch filled the room. A continuous chopping sound from outside tapped at her window. She glanced over to see her husband hard at work, shirtless, but still donning that large brown hat. Her mind wandered at the sight of him. She oogled and ogled for a few more minutes, finally breaking away from her instincts, snatching her gaze. She chose to uphold her emotions. She chose to uphold her feelings. My bad. Her disappointment hasn't subsided. Later that night, she prepared a feast. The aroma wafted through the air. He tried to meet her gaze, but she averted her eyes towards her plate. "I know you worry about me," he said, holding his gaze. Scraping noises filled the room as she chewed with anger. "I got into a gunfight the other day with an outlaw." He's resting in a bed of dirt now, lifting a spoon filled with rice towards his mouth. Abby's body tightened, reaching a boiling point, then releasing her emotion through a sigh of compromise. I had to. He was trying to. I had to. He was trying to have his way with the woman as her husband lay there with a hole in his leg and a terrified young child. You told me, help those in need. Well, that's a part of my creed. Finally, she decided to complete his gaze. I just don't know what's going to happen to you. The world is changing, seems like every day. Silence filled the air. John nods in agreement. Just know that you got a cowboy for a husband. The thing that keeps me going, the thing that brings me back, and the thing that helps me survive is you, Abby. His words were heavy, and they cut through the air like an arrow, piercing her chest. Her throat tightened, the glossiness returned, her eyes welled and gleamed from across the table like stars in the night sky. The life chose me, same as you did. Now there's many possibilities in this life, and if I met, if I meet that one too soon, just know it was for you. Our souls are tied. His voice began to crack. Streams began to cascade down her face. Their gaze remained intact. John stood up and walked over to her with his hand out. She hesitated, and she met his gaze, and then his embrace with her hand. Softly, he pulled her up towards him to meet his lips. One by one, the lights were extinguished as they walked towards the bedroom. Slowly, the foreground fades. The next day, John is awoken by a knock. He looked over at Abby as she slept deeply. Calmly, he edged out of the bed. He walked over towards the front door, slightly cracking it open. It's his brother in disarray. John's brows furrowed. Duty called